How's it going, everybody? This is John Hester here, and today I'm at Hester's Motorsports in Rato, New Mexico, and I'm going to show you on the new Mule Pro 1000, whether it be an FX, FXT, FXR, this is going to be the same, how to install the Hester Edition Elka shocks onto your machine. It is super simple. So essentially what you're going to do, you're going to take off your stock shocks, you're going to get rid of these tiny wimpy little things and get rid of these. Well, if you're a Ranch Edition or Ranch Platinum, you're gonna love to get rid of these about 25 pounds of oh well, I won't even go into that because I hate them so much. The self-leveling, it sounds good, but it doesn't work in the real world. So what you do is right up here, you're going to trim right there. You can see right here, literally a 1/16 of an inch. Now we just have this set so that way you can see it. Let me put the light on here. Okay, so see that little spot right there that's been trimmed? That's all you're going to do. You're going to take that little tiny bit, and you're going to trim that little tiny bit right there. Now this side we haven't trimmed yet. That's what it looks like stock. And you're going to just trim all four. Okay, so we just trim just to make sure. You can see that there's clearance in between the shock and that. And basically how you can tell is right here. I'm going to just take this. Let me pop this bolt out real quick here. And you just want to make sure and move this around. No rubbing, no nothing. So, and I want to show you, we use every bit that we possibly can. Whenever we design the shocks, we want to make sure that we have the longest shock possible. This is the main reason why you cannot, I repeat, cannot run a bracket lift of any sort with our shocks, because the shock is the lift. We are doing 100% shock, so the shock is longer, more travel. It's going to give you lift. It's going to give you a lot more travel than stock. So let me show you. We keep everything within tolerance. So I'm going to just show you. See, look, see the shock is almost touching. I'm going to bottom this sucker out. Look at that. That is maxed out right there. Then bring this up. See, that's how much room. We are using every bit, and I've got it set to where when this sucker, you got the bolt in there, you can turn this. It's like right now, it's kind of binding. Now I'm going to put the shock bolt back in. Doing this all with one hand. Now, nice and smooth. See? So I am at the limit. I'm still within tolerance. Axles are going to be safe. Tie rod is safe. So there's no issues on that. Now the rear, same thing. Like I showed you, turn my light on right here and go right up there. See that? Now, see, he trimmed up here, didn't need to. It's just this bottom part right there. Right there. You can literally just go straight in, come in with a grinder, turn the grinder upside down and just right there, piece of cake. It's about a 1/16 of an inch is all you need to trim on that. That's before it's trimmed right there. And then you just, once it's all done, like we're going to take this off, we're going to touch this up with paint, make sure there's no rust or anything. Doesn't hinder any integrity or nothing like that, because I mean, we're barely doing anything. All we're doing is clearancing. Now, I've had some people say, why don't you build the shock so it doesn't require trimming? Ah, good point. Let me explain. Because what do you want? This top, this allows us the absolute maximum height in compression. So that allows us to run the absolute longest travel possible to where our pistons have clearance up here, because of this cap design here? Or do you want me to put a long stem like this? Granted, that's terrible. You can see how low quality that is for stock compared to how beefy ours is. Or do you want me to make this stem longer, making the shock body distance shorter, the stroke shorter? You're going to give up wheel travel. So you just basically just touch it up with a grinder. I mean, if you don't know how to do it, don't want to do it, you can take it to a shop and have them install it. It's super simple. But we want to maximize, give you the absolute most travel humanly possible on a mule. So this is a long travel suspension, and all it is a shock. You change the shock on the 1000 mule, you're going to gain some lift. Where the lift is dependent on how much you run the preload. So you adjust the preload down, that's going to push the shock shaft out, raising the vehicle up. You run this up, you're going to lower the vehicle down. So if you don't want as much lift, you just set your preload. You can set your ride height where you want it on the suspension. And I got lots of other videos that talk a lot about this stuff, but we do all the testing right out of the box is pretty much the sweet spot. You can go more lift or you can go less lift from the point where you get it, but I always set it at the sweet spot because I'm all about performance and handling and all of that. So I want your suspension to just blow you away and perform. It's going to drive like a trophy truck, not a monster truck. The more that you lift this, the more you push this shaft out, the farther the arm goes down, closer to the maximum, and you're going to lose down travel. You're going to lose that down travel when you go in and out of bumps. And what's going to happen is your chassis is now going to start to sway back and forth, dipping in and out of those bumps. It's going to make the suspension performance lower. You're not going to ride that good. So trust me, think trophy truck over monster truck any day of the week when installing our Hester Edition Elka shocks. We're going to vastly improve load capabilities, how you can drive the machine, articulation, everything. So we're going up 30% increase of wheel travel. So that's why I say just adding the shock is adding a long travel, and you're putting a high performance race gauge suspension on all the Hester editions. We have an exclusive piston design inside here with a 2-stage stack. So it's really plush at low speeds, and the faster you drive, the more crazy the suspension will get, the bigger the gap. So you think this suspension will be absolutely collapsing, begging for mercy, and that's laughing and still begging for more. The suspension is going to outperform the mule in every sense of the word. And of course, we use nothing but the absolute highest quality material. We have aerospace grade aluminum, and it's hardened anodized. So this is not raw, so it's going to, corrosion, no matter where you live, you're going to never worry about corrosion. It's not a steel body. We spend more money on a high quality material versus going with steel, and then the customer has to deal with rust, this thing locking down and rusting to it, and you having problems. Some other manufacturers require you to run never sees on their threads because they're not anodized or they're a steel body, and we do nothing but the highest grade material, highest grade stainless steel shafts. And just to give you an idea, now the shock is stock this way on the mule, but I'm going to turn it upside down just as a comparison. So you look at the difference in the size of the body. You have a 2-inch body, and you have an 1 3/4 inch body there. And look at the size of the shaft. Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's no comparison in between that sucker. And I ain't kidding. I mean, this is literally like 25 pounds for the Ranch Armor self-leveling shocks. And of course, our shocks will fit anyone. So I mean, just taking the self-leveling shock off and all that is just bolting right up and all that good stuff. So this is just to talk about and show you what you need to do, how simple it is to install the Hester Edition Elka shocks on your Mule Pro 1000. And I will have more videos showing this. So be sure to check out our YouTube channel. Right now it is early October of 2023, so they're in the final stages of testing and getting all that set up. So we're going to have these out very, very soon. I've got a big, long waiting list of these for people to call. Nearly 50 sets of shocks already lined up, waiting for me to finish testing this. But while we're at this stage, I just wanted to show everybody how easy it is and how simple it is to install the Hester Edition Elka shocks. We build them in all 5 stages. This is a stage 1. I will have in the link in the comments below, not the comments, but in the description below, the Elka 5-stage breakdown video that explains all 5 stages that we build these in. So we essentially we tune and build you the shock of your dreams, whatever it may be, from a set it and forget it stage 1 all the way to just epic race mode stage 5s. So, and we do that on the mules too. So thank you all for watching. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, click the notification bell, keep up to date, so that way you know when everything is coming and get you rolling. To order the suspension, you will call Hester's Motorsports in Raton, New Mexico, Tuesday through Saturday, 575-445-3558, and the girls up front will get you all taken care of. Thank you all for watching. God bless.